Hello everyone and welcome here on the 4th of April 2013. I'm of course Kevin van der Kooi, also known as Rotterdam, and today it's fun time, guys. I'm gonna do a replay show, something I haven't really done before. Last week I had Fuser on my side. He guided us through a couple of his replays. This week I decided to take matters in my own hand, and I grabbed a couple of replays from the Ace Team Story Cup. It's a tournament that I've casted a couple of clan wars of. I'm really enjoying it, even though often it's not really necessarily a clan war, but it's more of a battle between two aces. Today I'm gonna focus a lot on Sage's play. I've been hyping Sage quite a bit over the last 2-3 weeks, and he's definitely been living up to that expectation as Sage just keeps winning games left and right. I'm super stoked to see him at DreamHack, so I thought it would be cool to take a look at a couple of his games, and I also grabbed 2 ladder replays from my own. Now normally, guys, it's time to see cover because my replay games are not all that beautiful, but lately I've been playing really quite well. I've been practicing a lot, been putting a lot of hours in it. Had a lot of cool responses as well regarding the build of the show I did, where I spoke a little bit about my PvP. So overall, guys, I'm excited. It should be really fun. I'm not going to chat too long. I'm just going to say we should jump into the first game. And the first game I'm going to take a look at is MMA against Sage. Now, this was in the clan war Acer versus Root, which was played either yesterday or the day before. So if you guys have missed it, I'm going to guide you guys through a bit. I'm not going to look only from Sage's point of view. I'm going to look at the matchup from both sides. I'm not going to pause the game all the time and put the camera back on me and highlight every single thing. I just want to kind of skip through these games and yeah, kind of highlight the most important moments in my opinion. And certainly a game like this is pretty important. On this moment, I think Sage was up, Team Root was up 3-0 over Team Acer, but then MMA stepped up to the game. Take a look at the openings. We see everything is quite standard, so I'm going to skip through it relatively quick. Now, if this is the first time you ever watched StarCraft, I'm not sure how helpful this is all going to be because I'm really kind of taking a look at it, or I'm going to focus on details, so I'm not really going to explain when to build every single SCV and whatnot. I'm just going to focus on build orders and highlight a couple of things. We see MMA. He has a factory. Actually, I already forgot something. I'm not gonna go back in the replay, but MMA sent his SV all the way here, you guys can see, to the right side. Now, why is he doing that? To avoid these Zelnaga watchtowers. In case Protoss had control of the Zelnaga watchtower, he still wouldn't see it. So this is a cool little move by MMA. Take a look at Sage's main base. We see he open up double gas. Everything is pretty standard. He's gonna send out his first probe right now, and Sage wouldn't be Sage if he wouldn't scout. He's natural, so he's gonna see this factory. He won't be in time to kill this, but hey, this is still pretty damn good because now Sage knows exactly what he's up against. And even if the Widowmine pops out and he doesn't have detection yet, which we can see because there's no robo or whatever, this Widowmine still has to run all the way over here, so this is already very good for Sage. But he's a little bit afraid perhaps for those reinforcements because I think he could have seen them coming in, so he's grabbing a probe now as well. He's going to try to let the probe soak up that shot, which is exactly what he does. He's going to take out these first 2 Marines, and now he knows that this Widowmine can't unburrow. Of course, behind this is not an all-in or something. MMA is going to macro up, but still, I like this position from Sage. Yes, it's going to take a little while before he secures his natural, but guys, as long as you keep building probes, which I'm sure Sage is doing right now, you are going to be fine, even if your Nexus is a little bit later. So, see, Sage right now is going to take his own Nexus. He's not all that worried, but this is really important. MMA lifted up this factory and he sets it down. Sage did not try to chase it down because he was more worried about these Widowmines. So he's going to bring in the Observer, takes out both Widowmines, and Sage is like, hey, I'm kind of liking my position right now. Now if you guys wonder why is this so good for Sage, because, okay, MMA didn't do that much damage, but MMA did have a quicker expand. That is mostly because he knows that this opening delays MMA quite a bit. If we take a look at the army right now, 5 Marines, 2 Marauders is all there is on the field for MMA. So Sage wouldn't be Sage if he realized like, hey, if I get the Mortal out, this is already probably going to be pretty scary for my opponent, certainly if he only has 1 bunker. MMA of course knows this as well, but the most important thing in this game, what I want to highlight on, is this factory. Sage scared the factory away, but he didn't kill it. Now a factory is not a really big deal. Sure, he can leave it here, he can leave it idling to scout the third base later on, but if he lands it, he can always produce a Widowmine again, because Widowmines are so cheap that it's always worth to try to build another one and see what you can do with it. Sage with his entire army out on the map is gonna try to make something happen. MMA kinda saw this already. He has 2 bunkers, now he sees the sentries, and as soon as he sees that Sage starts working on this, he's like, uh-oh, I'm gonna need more bunkers. Now during all this, MMA is gonna have his first Widowmine here run into the main base, and this Widowmine alone is gonna be able to get, well, at least soon. It's gonna get a good shot off. Sage is gonna try to deny pathing, but no, that's not gonna work. MMA does, if you right click spam a lot on probes, you will kill a lot of probes. MMA did that very well. It took a little while before these rocks were down, but this is not all. Take a look at this bad boy, guys. This is the second Widowmine that came out of his factory, and whoop, boom. 8 kills. And on this moment, MMA knows like, wow, I'm in fantastic shape right now, because these 2 Wither Mines alone changed everything. If this doesn't happen, like he kills 15 probes. If this doesn't happen, in my opinion, Sage is in really good shape. Even if he doesn't kill him with this push, he's gonna delay his opponent quite a bit, but he just lost 15 probes, all because he kind of forgot about this factory, didn't worry about the Wither Mines anymore, and that changed everything. Of course, it's so cheap for MMA to just keep rallying those Wither Mines in. Now even gets a great scout off. Sage, as much as he would love to boss this right now, MMA is just too well prepared. And as silly as it sounds, guys, this is basically game over, because MMA knows as soon as he's going to get Stim or Bio Army, Sage just doesn't have the economy to really muster out a good enough army to deal with the army that he has. So a small thing like that, small thing about forgetting the factory, can already decide a game, and that is pretty much what happened. Of course, Sage is not going to give up just yet, but I'm going to fast forward the replay from this point on, because nothing happens for a little while. MMA is just going to macro up. Going to try to do something with Medevac. Sage is going to try to make his Dark Templars useful, but since MMA got that great scout off with the Wither Mines as well, that doesn't really work. Now Sage is going to defend, and he knows that he's going to need MMA to somehow sacrifice a lot of units to come back in this game. MMA slowly but steady going to increase his position out on the map. He sees his space, he's not able to take it out yet, but Sage is going to cancel it anyway, because he knows that this army that comes is just simply too good, and that's all because of the economic damage that these Wither Mines did. MMA didn't even really have to stim up here, but he felt he was so far ahead. He's like, you know what, I'm just going to win this game right here or right now, and that is GG. So it's kind of funny how, in my opinion, the original defense by Sage was pretty damn good. Like, yes, his expand was a little bit delayed, but he didn't really lose anything. He lost a single probe, took out 2-3 Wither Mines. The army or the real tech from MMA is quite delayed. So normally you'd say like, hey, MMA, that's not all too good, but that single factory, landing that factory again, walking in those Wither Mines while being under pressure, it's always good to still think like, hey, how can I somehow still do some damage? And these 2 Wither Mines decided the game, and that's often the story at pro level games. A small mistake by Sage, it did allow him to lose that game.